Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a little bit of Toad testing. Literally haven't touched this character at all, and I'm tired of not knowing about him, so we're going to learn about him. It's going to be difficult to check tweets and stuff like that. Probably not going to do a whole lot of that. The stream's going to be focused mostly on testing. Hopefully people can understand that and keep that in mind. But without further ado, let's get a tweet sent out so that we can get started. These Marvel Champions. Back by no one demanding it. Now, let's see. It's about time we tested this very attractive man to see what he can bring to the already stacked mutant class. Yes. Oh no. Okay. It's about time we tested this very attractive man to see what he can bring to the already stacked mutant class. Tweet. Let's do it. Let's do it. What's going on, everyone? Original. With the quickness. I've seen you miss a few times, but today was no miss, and I'm not going to miss either. Slap. Original. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it, man. James Rice, first one here, followed by Anastasia, Param, Edwin Osmond Gallardo. Dude, I couldn't even say your name today. Edwin Osmond Gallardo the second. What's up, everyone? Wait, Original, did you even have a message? Your only message is, yes! Thank you again, dude. I can't believe my eyes! I know, Kai Gardner. Toad does look that good. Or what? You're probably saying, because I'm doing a testing stream? Believe it. Believe it. Okay, anyway. Let's test this Toad. Let's do it. How is this possible? Oh, this is it's the content creator beta. I don't actually have 6-star Toad, if that's what you're talking about. There's a content creator program. If you make YouTube videos and stuff, they, you know, they let you make videos, I guess. I don't know. That's the worst explanation of my entire life, but that's what I got. Easy. Sending over $1, just saying Toad. Why are you saying did I misspell Toad somewhere? No. Easy, you're confusing me. Don't start getting in my head like that damn Amadeus fella. There must be some reason you wrote Toad, but I don't know what that reason is. And Clarissa, this is not my twin. No. Even if I took my bald cap off, my hair is much better than this. This is disgusting. All right, but anyway, we're gonna be testing this guy. So we can awaken him, we can sig him up, we can rank him up. We're gonna do all those things. Matter of fact, let's start ranking him up right now. I think I have to go and actually get some rank up resources out of the beta store here. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, already got Awakening Gem. That's good. We'll test him on Awaken first, maybe. I don't know. Let's pick up a whole bunch of this stuff. 51. That sounds good. Sorry, not trying to confuse you. I just wanted to say Toad. Oh, okay. Fair enough. It is a fun word to say. I get it. Toad, by the way, was a character in, while this is loading, check it out, Mega Man 4 character select screen. Oh, I spelled select wrong. Toad, as you're about to see, this is one of the earliest memories I have from Mega Man. This is the first Mega Man that, I think my grandma, oh, this is a terrible picture, but anyway, there was a Toad Man as one of the characters that you had to fight. This is on NES, so hey, they did the best they could. They only had 8 bits, people. But I would usually I would either fight Pharaoh Man first or Toad Man first. You could beat them both pretty easily with just the regular Buster, you know. Anyway, Maximus sending over 5. Maximus, thank you, dude. Hold on, let me go back to Toad here. Actually, let me go to my inventory first. Let's ditch all of this stuff, and we can just pull in the good stuff. All right, let's go to Toad. All right, Maximus, thank you, dude, saying, you know what happens when a Toad gets struck by lightning? Halle Berry gets roasted for 2 decades. What's up, buddy? Halle Berry gets roasted for 2 decades. And what movie reference is this? Because I don't even get it. This is just, I don't think this is a pun, is it? Not a pun, is it? What is that from? You'll have to help me out. You know I've never seen a movie in my entire life. Alright, let's grab some of this ISO. We'll pull in the good stuff. Oh, yeah. Didn't even need to sort that. There it is. Ah, X-Men movie reference. Dang, I did see the X-Men movie. It was such a long time ago, though, that I guess I don't even get it. I don't get the reference. X-Men BG, Dragon knew it. Most people probably knew it. Just one of those that went right over my head. But Maximus, thank you nonetheless. Dense Intense sending over 3. What an interesting, unusual name. Thank you very much. Saying love your content, BG. Thank you. Stopped playing MCOC a while ago, but still love watching your videos. Keep up the great work. Oh, man. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for saying that. All right. And I appreciate the support. All right. We're already rank 2 on this guy. Soon to be rank 3. I figure there's no reason to test this guy anything less than rank 3. I mean, if we really wanted to, I'm pretty sure I have the 5-star version of this guy too, so we could always go look at that. But yeah, at this point, rank 3s are common enough. Oh, God, I need to get a rank up gem. Hold on. Clarissa, you were supposed to be in charge of this. But that's right, I'm blaming you, Pixie Belle. Let's grab a few of those. Let's grab a few of these. Let's go back to the rank up. Is that a Panderman Peter in here? What up, Pete? Hold on, Toad. There he is. Okay. I thought my audiobook was about to end, but there's another hour and a half left, and our 2 main characters, both about 70 years old, are about to boink. Wow. Hope it's not the rest of the book. Oh my god. Pete, what book are you listening to? Oh my god, dude. About to boink. Is that Royal? Royal, what's up, dude? Saying number 2, saying first, not last. First, not last. Okay. Royal. PG, I'm here to very sleepily tell you to have fun licking everyone. I always do. On a random note, since you won't be competitive focused, come rank 4s with me, or come rank 4 stars with me. I'm at 186 maxed. Smile, love you, Baldy. Dude, wait, is that Baldy or Badly? Love you, Badly. I read it as Baldy, but it's spelled badly. Either way, I guess. That actually sounds pretty fun, Royal. I may do something like that. I don't know. It was a lot easier to get all the tier 4 basic catalysts to do that, being in an alliance. So I don't know if I can still do that or not. I still want to rank up to play the solo competitive mode. So that's where my resources are going primarily. So yeah, but it does sound fun ranking up that many 4 stars, dude. That's so many 4 stars. That's insane, man. Absolutely insane. Royal, thank you very much for the 2, though. Steven sending over Buck saying Abyss thing solo with Toad. I'm literally going to be playing him for the first time here, so I don't know what he's capable of. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Core with the 17 months. Core, thank you, dude. Saying pay off my first car next month. Hyped. Hey, nice, dude. Very nice. It'll be good to be freed from that burden. Core, thank you for the continued support as well. Charlie Live sending over 5 of them Australian bucks as well. Thank you very much. Saying, hey, BG, not sure if this is the right stream, but could you please check your Twitter? I sent over a small question. All right, I'll check it out. But yeah, the testing streams in general usually try to keep it a little bit more focused on the testing. I'm going to assume this is you, even though it's a different name on Twitter. Saying, hey, BG, just a quick question about some advice. Just finished Act 5 and I'm pushing for Cav. Is there anything you think I should do before taking on Act 6? Here's what my roster looks like. Alright, so the first quest of Act 6. Roster-wise, you've got some really good champs ranked up. I would say... Not really. I think you're in good shape. Like, CGR would be a great rank up, of course. I think with your next resources, I would pump them all into Magneto. He's going to help against some of the really annoying robots. That's pretty much it, though. Otherwise, you're on the right track. But yeah, get Magneto ranked up. That should be top priority. And then you're on your way. Good luck to you. Blackstar from sending over 2 as well, saying, look up Punisher War Machine. Character looks sick. Okay, once again, maybe not the best stream to be doing this kind of thing. Trying to focus on Toad testing. But fine, real quick. Let's go look up Punisher War Machine. Ooh, he does look cool though, I gotta say. This is a toy that I'm looking at. This isn't even like a CG thing. This is like a little action figure that you can get. It does look pretty sick though. That's pretty cool. Okay, on with the actual testing. Let's get to it here. All right, so Toad, what's his awaken ability even? I'm gonna test this guy. Probably, maybe I'll just test him awakened, but let me read it first. So, awaken ability, gain an indefinite passive prowess, increasing special attack damage by 5 to 25% when a stun or personal poison is purified or fails to trigger due to immunities. Doesn't sound that important. At 10 prowess, consume all prowess to inflict a passive stun for 2 seconds when a poison fails to trigger due to immunity. This effect cannot interrupt a special attack. Gain 50 to 100% passive stun duration if triggered by a tongue attack. I don't think that sounds too important. We're going to awaken him, though, and just see when it comes into play and when it doesn't come into play. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll sig him up, too. Why not? I gotta go grab more sig stones out of the store as well. Should have done that. Totally should have done that. He needs his awaken. Does he? It didn't seem like it, but I guess we'll see soon. Let's grab some of these sig stones. Yeah, let's grab all 100 stacks of these. Anish Sharma sending over 5 SGDs. Thank you very much. Saying, just completed the initial completion of Act 5. What should I do next? 100% Act 5 or the variants? Neither. I'd focus on neither of those things. I'd say Act 6 is where your focuses should lie. Try to go for Cav. If you are struggling, because you are going to have to, rely on 5 and 6 stars only. And if you don't have that many of them, that's fine. If you're struggling, then I would say, okay, at that point, work on exploring Act 5. Or any of the previous acts. Like, the previous act should take priority if you didn't do those. But you don't really need to explore Act 5 fully. If you just have nothing else to spend your energy on, then yeah, start exploring Act 5, and it'll help you to prep for Act 6. But don't hit the variants until you become Cavalier, is my recommendation. Yeah, good luck to you. Thank you very much for the 5. All right, so we've got our fully awakened Toad boy. His PI is a little bit lower than some of my other SIG 200 champs. But I guess not that low. If well, what is Thor on this beta? Oh, he's updated. Okay, 182. Okay, SIG 200. Hold on. What masteries am I running at the moment? No suicides at the moment. Everything else pretty standard. I'm gonna go do a fight with him real quick, and then we're gonna kind of read through some of his abilities as well. I like to get a fight in before going. Dude, this is so weird having the background be the mastery page. It's freaking me out. But anyway, I like to do a test with the character first, and then kind of go through the abilities. It just helps me to understand the champ a little bit better. So if you don't know what's going on, don't worry, neither do I. We'll figure it out in a minute. Champion testing stream. I know, I'm blah. The champion testing streams, they're back. This is still not... I'm going to be testing more in depth at another time too, but this is just like an initial testing. All right, for a second there, I thought he had increased stun duration on his regular parries. It just looked like it was longer, but not quite. Those are normal. Regular hits, not super strong, but again, I'm not running suicides, and it seems like prowess is probably where the champion's damage is going to come from. So let's hit that special too, see what this looks like. Okay. Didn't seem like the greatest amount of damage there. Let's try the special one. We're getting these debuffs going though now. I see. Again, I'll figure all that stuff out in just a minute. If you're yelling at me like, oh, you don't even know what's happening. I don't. We're gonna figure it out. I want to see a special 3 as well. But, okay. If I remember correctly, I think those are like some kind of poison, but not a standard poison or something. Anyway, let's launch this L3. Take a little gander. See what we got here. Oh, man. Yeah, we're full on just all tongue all the time. That's special 3. And that's probably good enough. I did want to test one other thing before I go to his ability page. I kind of wanted to see... we'll do like a full fight later once I understand the character, but... you heal when you're in the corner, right? That healing is fairly strong. Still gonna die, I think, right? Or does that get enhanced the lower health you are or something? Or the more power you have? Actually, yeah, my health isn't really going down a whole lot, huh? 80% right now. We'll give it like 10 seconds, see what happens. Going down a bit. Is it gonna go right back up? I mean, it's going down a bit. But look at that, man. Ticking for like 500. Alright, let's start reading this guy's abilities and see what he's all about, I guess. Health is only barely going down. OMG, you don't even know what's happening. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's take a look. Alright, how does this guy work? So... always active. Toad is immune to poison, and his regen rate cannot be decreased or increased by outside sources. Okay. 7% chance when struck to inflict a paralytic poison debuff. Yeah, see, it's a different type of poison. Being struck with critical hits has a 40% chance. Okay. So having a high crit rate. What is his crit rate? We need to go to the other part of his page here. What's the dude's base stats looking like, man? Crit rate, not the highest. Not the lowest I've ever seen either, but not particularly high. Block proficiency is pretty average. Everything else, yeah, just pretty average about this guy. Health and attack wise seems that way too. Okay, so 7% chance just to inflict that poison. 40% chance when it's a critical hit. Okay, so tongue attacks, toad attacks, using a What is that? Prehensile? Am I saying that right? Tongue on his second medium. Special 1 and special 2 attacks. Okay. Medium. Second medium, special 1, special 2. Okay, 100% chance to inflict a paralytic poison debuff on contact. Got it. Paralytic poisons, max 10 stacks, deals pretty decent damage. It looks like it's small damage, but that's over 30 seconds. That's why the ticks were so low. And reduces health recovery by 30%. Paralytic poison counts as a poison debuffs. Okay. Dashing forward or dashing backwards purifies one of Toad's personal paralytic poison debuffs. This effect cannot happen more than once every 2 seconds. Okay. 70% chance to inflict a paralytic poison passive when purified by skill champs. Okay. So it'll just... Okay, it turns into a passive instead of a debuff. And, okay, just dash in and out to kind of clear it off yourself. Got it. At max paralytic poison, convert all personal poisons into a paralytic poison passive, dealing not that much damage over 8 seconds. What the F? Deals an additional... Oh, here we go. Deals an additional 900 for each prowess effect and cannot be removed by dashing. So, I mean, at one point in the fight, I think I had, like... wait, hold on. Means he can hold on with it, BG? I might have missed exactly what you're talking about there. But, okay, so, like, 900... At one point, I had, like, 10 prowess on myself or something, so... I don't know. I mean, is that a lot? This is a rank 3. I mean, I'm assuming that is affected by suicides, right? It's just the healing that's not affected by outside sources, so the damage should be affected by it. So, yeah, it'll go from like 9,000 to like 15,000 or something. If those add up quickly, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem that strong. Okay, anyway. Inflict a stun passive for 2 seconds. This effect goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. This effect will not interrupt a special attack. Okay. I did notice that in the fight, that stun passive. I was curious how that worked. And that is nice. Because then, now we're not just talking like the, you know, up to 9,000 or so damage from the paralytic poison passive, but with that stun you can get a whole nother combo in while they're stunned, and yeah, that's a good amount of burst damage. Okay. Heavy attacks consume 1 poison debuff to deal a burst of physical damage. Weak amount of physical damage being added, so meh, I would say on the heavies. At least right now, feeling that way. Paralytic secretion, max 3 stacks. If Toad is struck while he is near a wall, Toad begins to secrete paralyzing toxin, gains a regen passive, healing 5% of missing health. Oh, so it does increase the lower you are. Okay. 5% of missing health over 8 seconds, so it's like a Sasquatch kind of effect. Plus 1% regen potency for every hit on the opponent's combo meter, up to 15 hits. That's very strong, actually. Wow. That is really, really strong. I thought it was, like, pretty good when we were testing it out, but I was like, no, that's really strong. It's just we had a pretty high amount of health. That's why it wasn't more noticeable. Here, actually, before we even continue reading, hold on. Let's pop a 20% revive and check that out a little bit. I just want to hit, you know, have myself get hit in the face and see what happens. I'm going to back myself all the way up to the corner first. Hey, what's up, Lasarian? Hey, BG, I think I'm in trouble again. Earlier, I heard the 7-year-old tell the girlfriend, if I can wear my underwear outside or inside out and backwards all day with no one noticing, how important are they really? That's true, man. They're not that important, I guess. Dude, look at that healing! Over 1,000! Whoa. Dude, that was over 1,000 every half second. What is going on in this game, man? You know, just when I think the healing can't get any crazier than, like, King Groot or Diablo. What the hell? I mean, you have to be backed up against the wall, which typically you don't really want to be, right? Because when we back him up against the wall, let's get him backed up. Oh man, we got that passive stun. Oh man, this guy's pretty cool so far, I gotta say. We're still very early on in the testing, but he seems pretty cool actually. Damn, that healing is strong. All right, so he's backed up against the wall, and I'm not getting any heals. So, I mean, there's a lot of really annoying nodes that do back you up against the wall. Like that's the scariest thing to have happen when the opponent won't throw their special. You're trying to bait it out, or they're unstoppable or something like that, and you got to be backed up. Dude, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay, well, we'll get back to testing in just a minute. Let's continue. Whoops. We're not done. We're not quite done reading abilities just yet, but we're almost done. We're almost done. That's pretty insane, though. Okay, where were we? We were at this part of the regen. Okay, so second bullet point there. Critical hits, bleeds, and incinerate debuffs also have a 20% chance to trigger paralytic secretion. Ooh. Against skill champs, this ability gains plus 50% chance. Damn. So you only got to be backed up against the wall to have that happen to you, huh? Okay. All right, 40% chance to it. Dude, oh man, it's going to be annoying to fight this guy, huh? 40% chance to inflict paralytic poison on contact while paralytic secretion is active. Dude, this guy can definitely auto fight Realm of Legends, man. I'll tell you right now, dude. This guy's insane. All right, and I don't think he needs to be awakened for it. This is the type of guy you get him out of a crystal or whatever. You rank him up, boom, done. Wow. Okay. And hold on, it can't be reduced by outside sources. The healing. That means when you have like the poison from the suicide masteries, that healing's not reduced by 30%, right? Unlike every other champ in the game. What the hell? Okay, anyway. Gain an indefinite passive prowess, increasing special attack damage by 70% when paralytic secretion is activated, max 5 stacks. Okay. 70%. Got it. Toad's attacks pause the duration of paralytic secretion for... Oh, wow. Even pauses the duration for half a second? No wonder I healed up way more than just the missing health. I healed up to full. Dude, that is insane. Okay. We're almost done here, guys. 3 more special attacks that we just got to read. That's it. Special 1, gain paralytic secretion for 8 seconds. Okay. There's your way to heal without being up against the wall. Special 2, if the opponent is suffering from Toad's personal stun effects, deal extra as a burst of poison damage. Okay. Removes all personal prowess passives. And the last hit inflicts a slow debuff for 25 seconds. I was wondering where his other utility was going to come into play, because that was the one thing I was noticing about this. His healing is insane. His damage, I mean, it seems okay, but it didn't seem insane. But the other utility didn't seem to be there. But he's got slow, but it's on a special 2. I like the slows that are on like heavy attack or something like that, man. It's just so much faster. But okay. Anyway, special 3, inflict a paralytic poison passive, dealing some direct damage over 25 seconds. Deals an additional 3k for each prowess effect, and cannot be removed by dashing. Removes all personal prowess passives. Okay, so I mean that's pretty strong too, because you can't be immune. Wait, can you be immune to that poison? It is still poison, I guess. Paralytic poison passive. It's not like acid burn. That's passive, or torches passive. I think you could be poison immune to that. Let's go test that. That's the first thing I want to know, to be honest, because it's actually a big deal. It doesn't seem like a big deal. I mean, the next champion here is poison, I guess. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but I can't tell you how many times I use something like that with torch or with eye bomb. I want to get to a special 3 here and see if I can passively poison. I don't think I can, though. Did you try the heavy method? Deal burst of 1k per hit, I think. It just doesn't seem that strong. 1k. Who cares about 1k? I'll give it a go when we're fighting someone who isn't poison immune, but I don't think I care about that. Messiah sending over 10 saying, yo, bald man, hashtag Messiah for mod. His dupe is kind of important, so you don't have to be backed up as well. He's going to be a pain on defense. Already got him as a 6-star. Okay. I'll take a look at his awaken ability again later on after we do some initial tests. It doesn't seem like it's going to take that long to test this guy. He seems pretty straightforward for the most part. So, okay, that's what I thought. So you cannot, if you're fighting someone who's poison immune, going to have a terrible time. Absolute terrible time. There is no real out like there is with I-Bomb. Dude, his heavy attack is cool, though. I like the animation for it. So, yeah, you don't use this guy against poison immune. That's pretty clear. Terrible for that. Let's get out of this fight. The description said the Power League poison is a poison debuff. Yep. I remember reading that. I just wanted to make sure. Because other champs have passives that you might think they're that type of damage, but they're not. Alright, we're not going to stay in Realm of Legends all night either, but what's the next thing I want to test? So, what's this guy's purpose? He's got crazy healing. He's got a slow debuff on the special too, and his damage comes almost exclusively through, like, poison. So, I mean, he'd be really good for something like Acid Wash, but what else? What else is he good for? I mean, he looks like he's going to be good against just skill champs in general. Maybe we'll go fight a skill champ. Let's go fight like a Kingpin or something like that. Actually, let's read his awakening. So, gain an indefinite passive prowess, increasing special by 25% when a stun or personal poison is purified or fails to trigger. Due to immunities. Okay. And at 10 prowess, consume all prowess to inflict stun for 2 seconds. Gain 100% passive stun duration if triggered by stun attack. I don't think his awaken ability matters that much. I'm going to disagree there, but, you know, fair enough. I also haven't tested him very much yet, so I don't know. I don't know. He's really, as a horseman? What is the rest of that? He's really good, I'm guessing you're saying, as a horseman? Okay. What's the difference between his poisons and normal poisons? What's the point of them being paralytic? I think it's just a way of saying like a personal poison. So if you had a poison from a different effect, it would maybe count differently. Let me go find where's a good skill champ to test it. Hold on. I also want to look at his tags. I think he's a villain, right? But, I just realized we don't have all the variants, do we? What the heck? We got 6 variants here. Okay. This one is the villain variant, though, right? Hold on. What is his tags? He is a villain. He's a medium. Brotherhood of Mutants. Is that a new one? I don't know if I've ever seen the hashtag Brotherhood of Mutants before. Interesting. His name is Mortimer. That's a sweet name. Mortimer Toynbee. Okay, I understood why this guy became a villain. Yeah, I got it. All just from that name. Mortimer Toynbee. He got his ass kicked growing up. That's a cool name, though, for real. Mortimer. Really benefits as a horseman. Can start the fight at the back wall with the unstoppable taking hits. And opponents purifying poisons will make you unblockable. That is interesting. All right, but I don't know if I really want to invest in making this guy a horseman necessarily. Let's find a strong skill. This practice against your Kingpin is not going to be strong enough. I'm going to test this guy with suicides as well. He seems like he'd be very, very suicide friendly with the way his healing works. But a little bit hard to tell. All right, let's. This is not the good. It's not a good quest. I should just preview these instead of going in. We need a powerful kingpin is what we're looking for. Wait. Is there no? There is no preview. Son of a stinking beta, guys. Also not a great quest. Let's go find a different one. Try to go off special 2, a lot of prowess. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that for sure. I will be trying that. Yep, hashtag Brotherhood of Mutants. Cav event quest confirmed. Yeah, pretty much. You know what? We could maybe try to fight this Mr. Sinister, because if a lot of the damage is coming from damage over time, let's see what happens. When triggering an unstoppable or unblockable buffer passive thorns as well. Okay, let's try this, because he can be good against thorns, right? Let's try fighting this guy and see how it goes. Shed, send it over Buck. What up, Shed? Send BG Twitter sphere, please, if that is allowed this stream. Sort of allowed, sort of not allowed. I'm trying not to go to Twitter too much while testing, but we could take a quick look. Saying, if I was Bon Jovi, I'd be singing Living on a Prayer, because I'm halfway there and not many units left. Wow. I mean, you got a good amount of units. Chad, you got this. I believe in you. Take your time. Allow the stash to rebuild a little bit. You got this, buddy. Not that much left to go, dude. Almost there. 3 more quests. Okay. Let's fight this guy. Let's see how it goes. 6.2.4 boss, if you're willing to clear a path. Yeah, no, I'm not. I know he's the boss of that quest, but that's too much. Ooh, alright, so I'm taking a lot of damage. Let's get backed up against the wall here a little bit. Does it happen if you heal? I mean, if you block? Not if you block, right? No, you actually have to take a hit. Oh, see, I don't like that. I mean, it's very strong, but you actually have to take the hit. So he's immune to his own poisons, too. Okay, this was not a great fight to test. I could have played better, obviously, but okay, he is immune to poison. Okay. Oh, he's immune to... Oh, okay, so what I said about the Suicide Masteries before didn't matter because he's immune to poison anyway. So that was dumb of me. I just forgot because he's still new. All right, but anyway, I could have played better, but it really didn't feel like that was a good fight for Toad anyway. Let's see if we can find a skill champ here. Let's see. That meat eater sending over $1. Thank you, dude. Check your message in just a sec. Dude, is there really like no skill champs up front? What the heck's going on, man? Some straight BS. Let's try this last quest here. Just want a strong skill champ. Meat eater, let me see. What do you call a depressed toad? Unhappy. Ugh. Boo. Ah, boo. Right in front of Toad like that, man. Boo. Take a lap. Under Mother, and an overbuck as well, saying, evening BG, coconuts are mammals because they have fur and produce milk. Good one. Under Mother, not. Boo. Boo. Oh! Hey, guys, check it out. We got a kingpin. This is exactly what I was looking for. About freaking time. Okay. This, I hope, will be a good test. We'll see how it goes. Shed with the 20 months. Shed. Thank you very much, name BG. Why did the blind man fall into the well? He couldn't see that well. Guys, these jokes, they're just getting worse and worse by the day. I don't know how else to say it. They're terrible. Just take the lap. Ugh, boo. Okay. Overlord. word. Each time a buff is nullified off the defender, it doesn't matter, right? Tyrant, yeah. Aggressive, heavy assault, buffed. Okay, none of these buffs, I don't think they matter. Global. Nah, we're good. We're good here, right? None of this stuff actually matters. Okay. All right, let's go. Hello, Skeletons. Random 05. Hello, Skeleton. Thank you very much. Saying, so poison immune aren't as bad as you think. His prowess adds so much damage to special 2. Also, if I recall, doing a couple of special 1 start to ramp his damage. I don't know about the special 1 thing. Gain paralytic secretion for 8 seconds. Or actually, I guess you're right, because while he has paralytic secretion... Yeah, here we go. 40% chance to inflict paralytic poison. Okay, all right. You're right. You are correct. All right, so special 1 ramping up into special 2 kind of thing. Okay. Well, let's give it a go. Let's see how it works here against a skill champ. Let's do it. Ooh, yep. That was a good start. Oh my god. Oh my god. Terrible start to this. I gain some benefit when he shrugs it off, right? Do I gain that prowess? Is that what it is? Let's forget all about that start there. I don't like that you got to get hit. Oh, never mind. All right, so now we have the heal on ourselves from the special 1. That's right. We can pause the duration by making contact. So that's pretty cool. So let's hit another special 1. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better. I want him to use his special. Yeah, I'm in rough shape here. You know what? Here, I was trying to pause it just now. I couldn't even hit the pause button. I want to restart this fight. That was just terrible from the start. We can't really blame Toad for that. So, let's try this again. Activating paralytic secretion also activates a 70% prowess, max 5 stacks. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's true too. Did forget about that part. BGA memory is that of a dead goldfish, so he doesn't remember much of the game since he plays the game every day. This is true. Pixie Bell is not lying. Alright, let's see. The regular hits aren't doing much, but we've got some passive damage going, at least a little bit. Let's go ahead and hit this guy with a special 1. Okay, let's keep hitting his specials. The healing on myself is pretty weak at the moment, but that's because I wasn't missing much health to begin with. Now, at this point, I have a lot of prowess, so I want to just try to finish the fight with a special 2. Let's see how that goes. A lot of prowess built up. Let's let her rip. Okay. I don't know. It didn't feel super impressive to me. But also not bad. I want to try something for comparison's sake. I'm gonna do this fight again with another champion. Now I'm gonna use a pretty OP champion, okay? Not every champion needs to be as strong as this guy right here. That's just his. Yeah. Okay. Let's take Toad off the team even, so that we're not gaining that plus 15% attack. Not every champ needs to feel as powerful as this guy, but I just want to get a sense of comparison, because, you know, Kingpin, he's not a champ that I fight all the time. And maybe it's more impressive than I thought. That damage. Let's find out. So first off, I mean, of course, we have the nice benefit of being able to actually parry this guy since we're APOC. And ooh, you know, alright, so I don't have Cable on the team either, so the damage is going to be a lot lower, but having APOC not ramped up. Might even want to do a third comparison here, one with Cable. At least without Cable, super weak. Okay, that's comparison enough. Let's get Cable on the team. I'm trying not to spend too much time on this one fight, but I need a frame of reference. It's important to get this. So we'll do this one more time. Let's bring on Cable. Let's give this a go. Brian, is this APOC guy any good? Hinach? He sucks. Until you put Cable on the team. Let's see. APOC, it's like a wet noodle. Yeah, a little bit. A little noodle-ish. I'm going to toss Suicides on in just a minute here as well. So we'll get to do that too. Because I really do think Toad, he just seems like he'd be a good champ to run with Suicides. Well, let's see that special 2 now. Damage is a bit stronger. I feel like Toad was actually doing a pretty good job then. Cause I think I did I do one special 1 followed by a special 2 and he was almost dead with Toad? It was like about 50 hits, right? So I guess the damage on Toad is better than I expected. I'm glad I did that test, because I was feeling kind of like, meh, about his damage, but I think his damage is better than I expected. Let's toss on Suicides right now. I mean, I did have Assassins, but we're going to take that out. Let's try this. Everything is better, Toad or Sauron? I don't know, man. I can't test Sauron yet. Or at least I can't tell you how the testing went. I mean, I haven't tested him, but, you know, that stuff is still under embargo for another few days or whatever. I mean, you know, I first off, I don't expect Toad to be better than APOC. APOC has so much going for him. But if Toad can at least live up to, you know, like the damage of the champion and just have other things going for himself, then Toad will prove himself to be useful. I think I could see the potential defensively in Toad already, just in how annoying he could actually be to take down. I got one more mastery point. Let's put it in, I guess. We'll just put it into cruelty. Where I think he's going to excel is act content, and right now most people don't own even a 3-star Toad. It's way too soon to see. Plus, I have full synergies, and I'm only in Act 6 at the moment. We'll check out some synergies too. We'll definitely do that as well. What's up, Delithius? Sending over to saying, hi, do you still love me? Thought so. The heck, man. Delithius. All past, present, and future, and X for Lokis. Nothing but love. Alright, let's hop back in here. Let's put Toad on the team. We could leave those other guys in the team now, too. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if we even need to throw a special one. I mean, I guess I'd still want to throw a special one into special 2, but let's just see how that damage goes. Does he have increased? No, he doesn't have increased combat power, right? Toad, that is, not Kingpin. Alright, the damage already, right off the bat, you could tell is significantly better. That's what suicides do. I'm getting some 5k crits. Poison the damage over time. It's a little bit increased as well. Let's bait this out. Let's pop this special one real quick. Bait it out again. Nice. I like the fact that the healing is paused when you make contact. It's not that easy to keep up, like, indefinitely or something like that, but hey. Dude, that damage over time is doing a lot right now, actually. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the prowess. Holy crap. Dude, forget the special too. Woohoo! Okay, that damage was higher than expected. I guess it's really not that hard to get the prowess. 33 hits. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's take this guy over to Realm of Legends. We need a longer fight. Let's go back to Realm of Legends real quick. That's not bad, dude. 2 special ones. The damage is a little bit better than I thought. You can only expect that damage from skill matchups. Okay, we'll test a non-skill matchup too. That's true. We are testing in skill matchups. Under others, handed over Buck. Thank you, dude. Saying BG. Any tips for the 7.1.6 Frosty Phoenix? Also, it snowed down here where I live. 15 minutes. Work ride took me 30. Only spun out 4 times. So yay, dude. Be careful, man. Honestly, when it snows, it takes me more than twice as long to get somewhere. It's worth going slow. First time driving in snow. Yeah. Take it slow, man. It ain't worth damaging your car getting to work, so then you have to work just to pay off whatever damage has happened to your car, you know? But for Frosty Phoenix, I don't remember what that Phoenix has. So I don't really have any advice. I hate to say it, man. Hard to look at those things while doing testing. Otherwise, I would. But, you know, again, we're really trying to keep this more focused to Toad. So I hope you understand. I don't know what that Frost Phoenix is all about. All right, let's test this guy. So I'm just gonna launch a special one immediately. And get the prowess that way. I want to focus almost entirely on special ones. Special 2, I'm not so concerned about. I feel like it'll be maybe the flashier, bursty damage. But the special 1 will keep me nice and sustained. And it'll keep the paralytic stuff going more. While this guy's stunned, we can hop in there, get... no pun intended. We can hop in there, get a few more hits in, pause that healing. We can even slow... I just realized now, we could slow down a combo a little bit better because every hit freezes the healing by half a second. So what I should be doing is slowing my combo down a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did a light attack there. I shouldn't have done a light attack. Whatever. I guess it's not whatever. The mediums, that's how ending medium, that does the paralytic poison, right? So really, too, I could just be doing medium combos, I guess. Medium, special 1. Maybe it is a good idea to get to a special 2, I guess. Should probably do that. Let's see if we can finish it here with a special 2. No crits. That's... oh, it's so sad to see. I hate that about prowess champs. Yeah, heavy attacks. Or did I have a prowess even? Or what does it go by? Does it go by the paralytic poison? Or the... Yeah. Heavy attack's pretty meh, I think. Okay. Not as impressive against Winter Soldier, actually. Not as impressive against this guy. It wasn't terrible, but I was a lot more impressed against that Kingpin. Who had a lower amount of health. I feel like there might be a sweet spot for this character because of the way that the passive damage works. Which, let me see, let me find that. Here we go. So at max paralytic poison, which is 10, you convert all personal poisons into paralytic poison passive, dealing about 900 damage over 8 seconds, deals an additional 900 for each prowess effect, and cannot be removed by dashing. So what we were seeing is this damage. Hold on, I'm gonna get like an almost exact number. When you have suicides on, plus 1 point of glass cannon, plus 1 point of greater strength, it's about 64% increased attack. So we're talking 889.5 times 1.64, which is about 1460. It's 1458, but let's just say 1460 times like 10 prowess. So, you know, like 14,560 damage ish. But then, you know, that converted all the poisons. So then you kind of have to start that process over again. And when starting that process, like if you can kind of finish the fight with that damage, that's going to be the sweet spot for this guy. So yeah, I mean that Kingpin was like 220,000 health, I think, or something like that. That felt like a pretty good spot. Maybe like 200k for a 6-star rank 3 Toad would be kind of the sweet spot. Let me see what kind of synergies we're working with this guy though. Sauron, who I don't think I could even put this guy on the team, unless, is there like a 2-star Sauron that we got that I couldn't remember? I don't know. But let's see. Tongue attacks that make contact deal 20% of attack as a burst of physical damage while paralytic secretion is active. It's nice. Doesn't really change the game in any way, though. It's a little bit of extra damage. Lightning Rod here with Storm. Special attacks have plus 15% crit rating while paralytic secretion is active. Only special attacks, though, which... I mean, that's kind of important, I guess, because that's where most of your damage is theoretically coming from with all the prowess. Here, by the way, I think this is how it works. This is how it works for other abilities that have similar descriptions. You don't just say plus 15% on top of the 24% rate here. It's like 15% in crit rating. So really, sorry for maybe getting a little too nerdy on you guys here. Some of you probably don't give a damn about what I'm about to say, but only take a second. If we look at Aunt May and we go to the challenger rating calculator here, let's get rid of these numbers so it's less confusing. And yeah, so this is for crit rating. What's 500? No, 500 is 20%. What is 300? 340, 350. It's like 350 crit rating, which seems a lot less impressive. And I'm fairly certain that's what the game is doing. It's giving like 350 crit rating during a special attack. Because like, it would be nice if it was just 15%, it'd be a lot better. But because I believe under the hood it's counting as like 350 crit rating, that's factored into diminishing returns. So whatever you have right here, the 643 plus crit rating from your masteries, let's say it's a little over 1,000. When you factor everything in, maybe you're getting like 2, 3, 5%, whatever it is from this synergy, not 15. So meh, not worth bringing Storm onto the team. I can tell you that much. I wouldn't bring her at least. Extra damage is always nice, but not when it comes at the cost of bringing Storm. Hold on, what does Storm benefit? Deal 15% attack as burst as instant shock damage while the opponent is suffering from a stun debuff. Meh. Okay, Greasy Swamp Boys. Oh man, look at this synergy. It's like they made this synergy just for me. What the heck? Greasy Swamp Boys, some of my favorite characters in here. Okay, plus 8% poison debuff potency. That's solid. That's pretty good. A lot of his damage does come from poison, so that's pretty good. Man-Thing and King Groot start the fight with an indefinite prowess buff, increasing special attack damage by 60%. This buff is removed after his special attack ends. I'm sorry, guys. We need to test that. We need to test that right now. Dude, 60% for King Groot and his special 2? That might actually be pretty legit. We'll get back to the other synergies in a minute here. Let's put a King Groot on the team. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 60%. Let's see. All we're looking to do is launch a special 2. I got to do one without Toad so we get a baseline. We'll just use my 565 here. And we'll try to do this with an equal amount of Furies. Which could be maybe slightly hard to pull off, but we'll get an approximate at least. Young Yost sent it over to Ani. Young Yost, thank you very much. Saying first stream I've caught in a bit. Hope you had some solid holidays and are enjoying your testing, man. Young Yost, thank you very much. The holidays, they were great, dude. Got to see my family for the first time in 2 years, so it was good to finally see them face to face, you know. And yeah, dude, the testing with Toad is pretty fun tonight, I gotta say. So, dude, thank you very much for the super generous 20. Thank you, man. Okay, let's get back to it. I want to launch one special 2 without synergy and then one with synergy. We're not going to launch a special 1. We're not going to add any kind of armor breaks to this guy. And I'm going to try to do it fairly early into the... what's it called? Into the next cycle. You know what? Here's how we're going to keep the numbers exact. I'm not going to hit while Malice is on cooldown. Malice is the Furies. And if you hit them while they're on cooldown, you could build up like more Furies. So we kept it just to 3. And let's see. So it's at 94% right now. Down to 91s. So not that much damage. I couldn't tell what crit and what didn't crit. And then it's ticking for 400. I don't think it would affect the tick amount. So like 4% damage plus 400 poison. Down to 493. Okay. I think the numbers, like when you actually build up Furies, that's when King Groot's damage really starts to get up there. So we might not be able to determine much off of doing like a controlled test like this. We would maybe have to toss in like a whole bunch of synergies for King Groot, get him up to like, you know, 10 plus Furies, and then go nuts. I'll maybe do one of those fights after this too, just one time, you know. But anyway, we've got that prowess sitting there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to a special 2. Let's stop hitting right now. Oh crap, you know what? I think even taking blocked hits give him Malice, give Fury. I don't remember exactly. Okay, good. He didn't throw his special 2 though. Perfect. 95%. Even worse, 92%, and the poison is exactly 400. Okay, so it doesn't affect the poison afterwards. The prowess was there the whole time during the special 2, though. I just looked at the replay. Okay. His special 2 can hit really hard against, like, robots. Maybe that's what we need to do. Hold on. Special 2. All right. So this damage is tripled against hashtag robot champions. All right, let's just go nuts with it. And here's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna go grab a robot. I'm gonna put some attack increasing synergies on King Groot. And I just want to go nuts with it. Just one time, man. I can't help it. Yeah. We need that synergy, sure. Is the other synergy... There's like Sasquatch and Man-Thing. What is... I think Sasquatch's is better. Mouse grants an additional Fury buff and plus 30% Fury buff potency. Yeah, what is Man-Thing's? Malice grants 2 additional Fury buffs. Oh, they're both so good. That's the thing, man. They, you know... Alright, you know what? What was that synergy again for Crossbones? While fighting hero champions. Well, we're not going to fight a hero champion, so let's get this guy out of here. And let's throw in Sasquatch. Alright, this is going to be pretty gnarly. Who's a good robot that we can fight real quick? Who's like a good Ultron? They're early on in a quest. Does anyone have any ideas? Doesn't have to be Ultron. It could be any robot. I'm trying to think right now. There's none in Labyrinth or anything like that. Maybe we just check out the villain variant again. 5.4? No, 5.4, that's the final boss. Ultron from start of 6.1.3. Let's try it. 6.1.3. Okay, his health might not be that high, but we'll give it a go. I feel like he's just gonna get totally annihilated, which could be fun. Oh, that's true. Anime has that quest thing. Yeah. We could have used Anime a little bit. Okay, well, 135k. That's probably good enough. I don't think we're gonna deal that much damage here, are we? One way to find out, I suppose. Alright, we need to build a little bit of power here, but then I need to hit this guy a lot when... The weakness in this quest too, though, huh? Could be a problem. Alright, we need to hit him now. Build. Come on. Give me that fury. Oh, yeah. Give me those furies. Alright, let's back off now. We gotta let the weaknesses drop. 12 furies with a 60% prowess. Let her rip. That was not bad, guys. That was not bad. What kind of damage was that? What percentage did that take him? He was at like 74 or something. Oh, it's so stupid. This is a 5-star. All right, hold on. I need to get some better numbers here. I wish I could put a replay on screen. I'll have that set up better when get a new computer set up here. But let me see. So he was at 81%. I still had a weakness on myself, actually. 81. We did 70% damage. He went from 81 to 11. I still had one weakness on myself. Couldn't get rid of that one. And how much health did this guy have? Let me hit restart real quick. That's pretty cool. We'll go back to Toad testing after this, I promise. I couldn't help myself, man. I saw a synergy I liked. Okay, so 135. 0.7. We did 94,600 damage there. Just on a 5-star King Groot special too. That's pretty good. It's not bad. Okay. Anyway, they buffed that guy. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go look at some of the other synergies on Toad, which I guess we didn't need to back all the way out to see, but whatever. What else we got for this guy's synergies? By the way, as far as for Man-Thing, sadly Man-Thing doesn't really benefit that much. Man-Thing, his specials are it's not where Man-Thing's damage comes from. His damage comes from just consistently getting poison debuffs. And you can't really use like one big bursty special. You're using, you're using the like spamming special one. So really weak synergy for Man-Thing. Kind of disappointing to see, but whatever, man. Man-Thing, he already has like 400 synergies as it is, I guess. Let's see here. Truly Devoted. This is just for Toad. Nothing for Magneto. Usually it's the other way around where Magneto gets all the fun and no one else does. Says, while Paralytic Secretion is active, that's the heal. Gain an unstoppable buff for 5 seconds when charging a heavy attack. 5 seconds? That's actually pretty good. Because you can like intentionally get hit in the face then at that point, right? Wait, I'm Bled. Was that what you were talking about? Or no, you were talking about doing that with the APOC synergy, I think, right? But hold on, let's try that synergy out, man. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Bummer that has a 12-second cooldown on it. That's kind of long. But it's not that long, I guess. Alright, let's try this. And I guess what's nice about this combo is Magneto is immune to bleed. Virtually, at least. Virtually immune to it. He's got 90% resistance, right? But he has no... I mean, poison. He's got nothing that helps him out with poison. Whereas Toad, he's got the immunity to poison. So you throw these two on the team together, and you can kind of counter a lot of different things. Not to mention, a lot of the poison immune opponents, they're going to be robots that Magneto would destroy. So I feel like this is a pretty strong duo. But we're not going to do the whole fight here. I just want to test something out here. So I actually want to intentionally get backed up against the wall. I want to get hit. But now I am unstoppable. And when I hit this guy, it just freezes those heals. Alright, we don't got to get backed up against the wall to do that, though. We can just do that with the special one, right? So let's pop the special one. So now I can just pop a heavy. I'm unstoppable. And let's just go nuts. So now we got him passively stunned. Getting some pretty mean damage. It's not bad, man. That's kind of a cool combo. Let's do that one more time. I mean, yeah, I'll be unstoppable right now. If I just do a heavy right here. So now we just keep those. Yeah, I like that synergy, man. That's a cool synergy. I like that quite a bit, in fact. Just allows you to stay on the aggressive way longer. There's no way, there's no power control. Otherwise, in a regular quest, you could really stay on the offensive, but in Realm, at least, you're able to just kind of go berserk, which is cool. So we got the heal. We can go unstoppable right here. Go in, keep the healing paused. It's fun. I don't know how practical it is what I'm showing, but it's certainly fun at least. And even though I'm down 22% health right now, it doesn't matter. The lower health you are, the stronger his healing is. So we could start a fight at 20%, and I'm sure it would have the same results. I'd end, 70 plus. Young Yo sending over another 5. Thank you, dude. Saying just because I support bald caps and unstoppable toads. Hell yeah. That's a dude. That's a duo if I ever heard one, man. Bald caps and unstoppable toads. Young Yost, thank you, dude. Thank you very much. Actually, hold on. Let's put it to the test. Exactly what I was saying. Let's throw Toad's life away. And we'll just see. I'm gonna stay on the aggressive with this synergy. Because we don't need to get that initial hit. That's kind of where I made the mistake early on. We don't need to intentionally get hit. We just gotta pop a special one. Let's try it out. See where we end up. So that bleed on us at the start, that's pretty annoying. But otherwise, it's gonna be all good. We'll get the heal going. Yeah, he threw that right away. So I'm actually going to get a couple hits in. Immediately followed by a heavy attack. So now we intentionally took a hit while being unstoppable. Pausing some of these heals. Starting to heal up. I'm going to slow my combo a little bit here. Just get some extra duration out of that. I think I messed up. I didn't realize I passively... stunned him. Whoops. You know, I'm not healing as much as I thought I would. The healing is still good, it's still strong. But I feel like it's not as crazy as someone like Diablo. Also, why didn't I go unstoppable there? Was it still on cooldown? Must have been. It's kind of a whiff on my part. My bad. Didn't heal as much as I thought I would. Interesting. Still quite strong though. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other synergies here. What else do we have on this guy? Alright. Toxic Love. Hold on a minute. Don't tell me that Toad, this guy right here, was able to, you know, just please don't tell me he had like a romantic love story here with Scarlet Witch. The confidence in Toad to be able to even approach, it's really impressive, I gotta say. Is this just a synergy name, or is there actual like a storyline where these two get together? Man's got game, dude. It's impressive. It's very impressive. Okay, but let's see here. Okay, so this is just a solo synergy again. Doesn't affect Scarlet Witch. It's plus 15% combat power rate while paralytic secretion is active. Again, not bad, but not something that you're really going to find yourself. It's not like a Ghost and Wasp situation where you just always put that synergy on the team. If you like playing Scarlet Witch as it is, and you wanted to toss these two together, cool. If not, I don't think it's that important. Paralytic secretion, that's the healing again. And having increased power rate will allow you to kind of keep that active, just getting you back to the special one a little bit faster. But not the craziest thing, only being plus 15%. Something that's not always going to be up. Not bad though, not bad. I feel like I do like the Magneto synergy better. I feel like that's a better pairing of champions. Especially both being mutant for something like the mutant monthly event quest or something like that. Toxic Love sounds like it was a little one-sided. Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. Anyway, hi and bye, BG in chat. All right, Cloud Contemplator, dude. All right, what else we got here? We got one last synergy with Unknown. Does anyone know who this is gonna be? Or any like speculations of who this is going to be? I have zero Marvel knowledge, so I have no idea. It says in my nature, so I imagine this is some other reptile-like creature or something else found in nature. Maybe some sort of, but didn't we look at Beast Boy or something like that was his name yesterday? Some kind of shapeshifter out in the wild. Probably Scorpion. Okay. Scorpion's the theorized champ. Okay. Okay. All right. A lot of guesses for Scorpion. It's going to be Toadette. Could be. That's Question Man, of course. You're right. How could I think it was anything else other than Question Man? It's pretty obvious looking at the profile picture. Beast Boy is DC. Ah, whoops. Okay, anyway, let's see. So 30% chance to inflict a disorient debuff, reducing defensive ability accuracy and block proficiency by 50% for 8 seconds when a poison expires. Meh. Totally meh. You can't rely on it. So why would you bring a synergy for something that you couldn't even rely on? Totally meh. Maybe the other side of the synergy is good for possibly Scorpion or whoever it is. Okay, out of the synergies, most of them are just like not bad, little bonuses. This one's probably my favorite just because King Groot gets a pretty nice benefit. But even then, I mean, you guys saw it's not that big a deal. King Groot, although he does deal a lot of damage on his special too, he's also a champ that doesn't mind going the distance because it gives him more time to heal. So Toad doesn't really need any synergies. Let's go test against a non-poison immune, non-skill champion and see how he holds up there. Ben Spalezi sending over 1,000 huffs. Thank you very much. Saying about $3. Okay, well, thank you, dude. Saying just because I finally caught you live from GMT +1. Aha. Well, Benz, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. John Schlamp sent over 5 of them Canadian bucks as well, saying, yo, BG, do you know how to get the new post-fight info screen? Also, Twitter. It's something in the options menu, something in here. Here we go. Beta features opt-in, which I guess I should have on. So yeah, I should have put that on from the start, I guess. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Show skip special 3 button. That's supposed to not be there. I guess maybe it's there on the beta only or something. But yeah, you just go in the options and turn that on. I had it on originally, but I guess it somehow got turned off. And Twitter, okay, real quick. What do we have on Twitter? First time grinding all milestones plus a bit more. I'm proud of myself. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, 11 to 30%. That's pretty good, man. Very nice. Turn that off straight away. It made arena infuriating. Oh, does it have some effects on the arena? Just make things take longer, I guess, or something. All right. It is good to leave it on for testing, though. All right, let's go test. Let's test in like. Let's do like Deep Act 6. I don't know, something about Act 7 is like even harder to wrap my head around for some reason. Just because some of the nodes are like beneficial and stuff. So I feel like Deep Act 6 is probably a good way to go. And where do we go? I don't really feel like going all the way to the Grand Master or anything like that. So let's just test. Let's do like the quest before it. 6.4.5. This is pretty good. And we'll leave Magneto on the team. The only real benefit is the Unstoppable, which we have control over, so I can decide to use that synergy mid-fight or not. Lionheart, Arc Overload, Mirror Image. Yeah, this node is pretty easy to deal with, but it's also a non-skill, non-poison immune champ that we could fight. So, let's see. See how it goes. Just an extra screen to scroll through every fight, nothing to fix. Gotcha. They should have that disabled in arena. It should be one of those enabled everywhere except for arena kind of features. Maybe with some feedback they'd fix that. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Wait, why am I taking degen again? What didn't I understand about these nodes? Oh, for the love of... Is it the lion heart? But I thought that was only... And I'm dead. Sorry, I was just... Couldn't focus because I was thinking about the fight. Let me read these nodes one more time. Lionheart. Whenever the defender's healing abilities would be reduced or reversed. Son of a. By a debuff, they aren't reversed. Game plus 3. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Awful node to test on. Let's restart this. Oh, couldn't have tested a worse thing. All right. Well, what about you over here? Masochism and Vivified. That's right. That one's pretty nasty. What about you? Hole. Selective time stream. Flux dispersal. Aspect of evolution. You know what? F this quest, dude. Screw this. This quest sucks. Let's try the one before it. Let's go here. Opinions on Mr. Fantastic? He's no Toad. No, Mr. Fantastic, he's alright. He's got cool synergies. That's what I like to use him for. Icarus, that's not going to be good to test. What about you over here? Matador. Special Chaos Inversion. This might be okay to test, because Special Chaos Inversion, we might get hit, and that might allow us to, heal up a bit. Let's test this. This is pretty good, I think. Frosty Phoenix is dead. Now, just one more time. Under Mother. Nice, dude. Alright, 278,000 health. That's what we're working with. Let's give it a go. This is slightly higher than what I kind of considered the sweet spot to be, maybe. But also not drastically higher. Should be good. Alright, Special Chaos Inversion, so hopefully I don't get smacked in the face. Try my best not to. Oh, buddy. Come on, man. Okay. Dexed it. So that's special one. So now we got some healing going. Come on, friend. It's crazy how hard I have to focus with Special Chaos Inversion compared to like every other node, just to make sure I dex the right way. Like, it's so hard to talk while doing that, you know? Oof, I just blocked that one. Oh, come on, dude. I thought I was good because I was after the special. Lame. Alright, anyway. We got to get another special one going. Ooh, see, I was talking. I shouldn't have been. Dang, dude. I got Special Chaos Inversed. Okay, I mean, most of the damage came from special. See, I should have had this on earlier. But we never got the passive paralytic poison damage. Let's try this one more time. And I'm going to shut up during the test this time. Saying it's so hard to talk while or actually, let me look at the other node. What other nodes do we have in here? What about you? Nope. What about you? Hurt Locker, Power Struggle, Footloose. I mean, we have slow, but it's on the special 2. And it's going to be hard to get to a special 2 with Power Struggle, so... Nope. Alright, let's try it again. Dude, I forgot how tough Act 6 is, man. Why is your screen shaking? Is it shaking? I don't know. Maybe it was shaking when I moved my desk. It didn't really shake much. Alright, let's try again. I'm gonna shut up this time. We'll see how it goes. I'm lying, I can't shut up. I could have just popped a heavy attack. That's what I could have done. To go unstoppable. Alright, let's get that going. Popping the heavy. Freaking special chaos inversion, man. Oof. Got me that time. Got me that time, man. Alright, he's dead, though. It's not bad damage-wise. How many hits was that in total? Let's wait for the end screen here. What a gross finishing screen. Okay, yeah, the rewards. 11% from paralytic poison. I mean, the passive was just kicking in at the end there, but... It's 44 hits, which is not bad. Also, I mean, it's a rank 3 6-star with suicides, though. There's two different paralytic poisons there. You see on like the finishing blows on the left side? I don't know. How does this register? Dude, I feel like I didn't do 48% damage on specials. Did I really do that much? Hold on a sec, guys. I guess the special 2 did take him from like 34% down to dead, so I guess so. Alright. Okay, special 2 hits pretty good there. Alright. You can click the screen twice or thrice. Then these stats load early. Okay. Well, I didn't want to skip it, but I'll remember that for the future. How good is Toad? So, we're kind of figuring that out still. I'd say... I don't know. I'm pretty much almost done with my testing here, actually. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I really want to test. Actually, hold on. That's a lie. Whoops. I didn't even mean to hit the home screen there. I guess it's alright, though. We can do this. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go full auto mode. Keep this synergy in. We'll put this one in. Sure, why not? I'll put this one in. I can't put that one in, I guess, huh? So I guess we'll just go with this one too then. No, yeah, we'll just go with that one. Whatever. It doesn't really matter all that much. And I'm just going to have this guy auto while I kind of talk about Toad here for a minute. And we'll see how he does auto fighting. Young Yost sending over another 5 saying have to bow out. Hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. But, dude, Young Yost, thank you once again very much, man. Definitely appreciate it, dude. Thank you. And, all right, dude, have a good night. Have a good rest of the night. Okay, so, Toad. Here's my initial thoughts. And keep in mind, I've literally been playing this guy for, like, an hour, all right? Maybe not even an hour, considering the stream's been going for about an hour and a half, right? And I've been, you know, reading his abilities and looking at Twitter a little bit and stuff like that. So, an hour or so on this guy, okay? And out of my initial testing, I would say his damage is deceptively good. Because initially, I thought his damage was pretty trash. But it's not bad. It's pretty decent. But you have to use this guy against champions that are not poison immune. He's awful against champs otherwise. Unlike a champ like I-Bomb, which you still want to use I-Bomb against champs that can take poison damage, but at least you can still pop a special 3 and get yourself out of that jam. Toad doesn't really have that. He's got to be used against champs that that are not poison immune. His healing capability is very strong. Hard to really gauge compared to like King Groot and Diablo, who I would say are probably still like the best of the best. I mean, you could probably throw what's his face in there too, OG Deadpool. But I mean, come on, OG Deadpool, he has like nothing else going for him, and he's trophy of all trophy champs. The dude is impossible to get, pretty much, right? The healing, I would say, is probably more comparable to Sasquatch, like a stronger version of Sasquatch, a much stronger version of Sasquatch, I'll say even. Yeah, I'd put him considerably stronger healing than Sasquatch, but maybe not quite on the level of a King Groot or Diablo. Just because of how like tanky those two champions are too. It's part of it. I don't think Toad has a way. Oh, no. Get the hell out of here, dude. I don't want to see this. Get in there with Toad. Damn it. I don't think Toad has a way of reducing damage, right? I don't think, unless you have the, I mean, you could reduce it with inequity. But like Diablo reduces that damage, and then King Groot and Sasquatch, they both just have ridiculous health totals. But the healing is still very strong. We're comparing him to like the best of the best healers in the game, and it still holds up pretty well. Utility, I would say, not the strongest. He's got debuffs for days. I was hoping he'd be better against like the skill champs that shrug off debuffs, but honestly, in those situations, I am gonna turn to, you know, someone more like APOC, or just bring in the White Mag synergy. This guy can still get his damage in, but he can't get his openings in that easily, which is probably the bigger part about fighting skill champs that can shrug off debuffs, is just getting your openings. You can find other champs that can get damage in through non-debuffs. Yeah, he just got smoked here. Because again, poison immune champ. Against poison immunity, you suck. Toad sucks. Couldn't even do the auto fight thing. So yeah, I think utility is pretty lacking. Is better healing than Bishop? Yeah. Yeah, I would say so, absolutely. What else can I say about this guy? So damage, pretty good. Healing, very good. But he's got to be against champs that can take poison damage. And then utility, other utility kind of lacking. That's kind of my summary about this guy. That's the 15-second summary. I guess there is the utility of needing prowess. That does count as utility. Sometimes you just need prowess to deal with nodes, but it's not super common that you need something like that compared to like immunities or preventing the opponent from shrugging off debuffs or reversing healing or you know, some of the more common utilities, I would say. Like he has slow. I don't know if I mentioned the slow on the special 2, but the thing is, it's his special 2. It doesn't say here, but usually you can't. Hold on. Usually you can't apply slow to classes that have an advantage. So you wouldn't be able to apply slow to tech champs. I feel like that's just a text bug that they're going to fix, because I'm pretty sure no champ can do that with their slow. Which, hey, there are tech champs that evade. Are there tech champs that go unstoppable? I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. Special 2 slow. It's just too late, in my opinion. It's too late. I wish they put that on his special 1, but I also understand why they didn't. The utility from his special 1, I think, is cooler. I think it's more unique. Or if they just gave the slow to his heavy attack or something like that. But special 2, at least he can take some hits while getting there, I guess. But so I don't know. Cool champ, fun champ overall. But I don't know if he's necessarily gonna like be a game changer. That's kind of how I feel about this guy. Christian sent over 2 saying, is Doom worth a generic awakening gem? Thanks, BG. Only if you care about prestige. I would say that's the primary use of his awaken ability. Is prestige. In most fights, it doesn't matter. It does help against like Vision Arcus or against any opponent that has some sort of, power gain. But honestly, you can handle those fights without the awaken ability anyway. And occasionally it even messes me up. The awaken ability of his. I wouldn't say it ever messed me up to the point where like I lost an important match, but it's like a little bit more confusing sometimes going into those matches. So yeah, it's totally fine to leave him unawakened, unless you want the prestige from his awaken ability, which is very high. His prestige is very high. Christian, thank you for the 2. Those Infinity Doom slaps are pretty fun. That is also true. Infinity Doom slaps are very fun, but those situations, they don't matter that much. They're few and far between, and in a situation where you can Infinity Doom slap, you could also just play the fight normally. Be fine. Nimrod goes unstoppable, I think. Does he? Sentinel actually goes unstoppable too with his analysis charges built up. Is he on the same power level as Bishop? I mean, it's not really about power level. It's about what the champ can do and what they can't do. They're both different. You don't really compare Toad and Bishop. Just because of the same class type and have like 1 or 2 similarities or something. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of where I want to leave the testing. Does anyone out there have a Toad that they've used this guy in like some higher level content that they can maybe share a little bit more insight? Let me read his awaken ability one more time too to see if I think he needs to be awakened now after doing some testing. Gain an indefinite passive prowess, increasing special attack by 25% when a stun or personal poison is purified or fails to trigger due to immunities. So, I mean, I guess if you're fighting a poison immune champ, but why would you ever bring this guy to a poison immune champ? That's his one out, I guess, where you just build those up and you're able to get a somewhat okay special 2. But I mean, even the special 2, it's a burst of poison damage. So even then, you just don't use this guy against poison champs. And at 10 prowess, consume all prowess to inflict a passive stun for 2 seconds when a poison fails to trigger due to immunity. Hold on. At 10 prowess, consume all prowess to inflict passive stun for 2 seconds when poison trigger immunity. No, I don't care about that really. And then gain 100% passive stun duration if triggered by a tongue attack. No, I don't really care about the awaken ability. Because it's all about fighting like poison immune champs essentially, and I would just not use this guy against a poison immune champ. End of story. So I don't care about his awaken ability. I think unawaken is just fine. For most situations at least. And yeah. Pretty fun champ. Easy $100 saying BG for level ups. I took my Knoll to rank 3 today. Dang, dude. Sick. Also, I pulled 5-star Toad at 334 and 54 mil. Okay. Good infos. Good infos. What did I have the predictions at? Oh yeah, I usually put 50 mil for the new champs. That's right in line there. He probably went just under 50. Okay. I'm curious if anyone knows what the 6-star went for. By the way, I feel like Toad could be pretty useful in a new account challenge, probably. Although there are lots of poison immune champs, so I don't know if that's true. Alright, Lorson, Senator Buck. What's up, Lorson saying, what's up, Brain? Just one question. Is his power level over 9,000? Nah, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. He's a fun champ. He's a cool champ, but probably not going to really change the game. Not over 9,000. But his damage is high, like, it's definitely higher than I originally thought. That was the one thing that really surprised me. I thought his damage blew chunks, but it's actually pretty good. I feel like they got the balance on that right. It's pretty good damage. The heavy attack, that was disappointing, man. Meh. Totally meh heavies. Wish they did something cool. He's got such a wild animation. I wish it did something different. It's probably the biggest disappointment of the character. But, okay. He'd be good for Power Shield on Poison Immunes. I would just play a different champ instead. Someone's saying you need to use Special 3, then Special 1? Special 3, then Special 1. Inflicted Paralytic Poison passive. Let's try the Special 3. I didn't really mess with the Special 3 too much. That's a fair point. I mean, using Special 3 and then Special 1, I don't know if that would necessarily be the way to go. I feel like Special 1, then Special 3. Because Special 1 will allow you to build the prowess. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to do Special 1. And then Special 3. We'll build up some prowess real quick. Let's get this going. Come on, bud. Still don't have enough prowess. Got a nice long stun here, though. Wait, I thought I had a chance to gain prowess. Did I misunderstand that? Alright, well, either way. Let's see what kind of damage I can get on this Special 3 here. It's nothing crazy for a Special 3. I guess that has a pretty good duration to it. That's why it doesn't seem like it's a lot. That's good damage, though. That reminds me of, like, King Groot's Special 2, which is surprisingly good damage. Try one more time here, man. I thought I was supposed to gain prowess while I have my heal up, or there's a chance to. This is the problem with testing champs. Like, it takes me more than an hour to, like, fully internalize all the details of a champ's kit. I can get a pretty good sense of how they work and how powerful they are and stuff, but to really fully understand it takes more than an hour for most champs. But right, that passive is ticking for, like, 841 this time. It's a lot. Dude, now I've got the prowess. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would just want to spam Special 1s with this guy, maybe. Not really get to Special 3s. I don't know. Ronan, Senate05. What up, Ronan? Saying, is Toad map 8 diss track worthy? Yeah, I would say so. Seems to check off all the right boxes. Debuffs, prowess, slow, and healing. Yeah. I would say so, absolutely, Ronan. He would be good for that, yeah. I feel like Noel might still be the king. Perhaps. I don't know. Actually, maybe not. Maybe Toad would be the king of that path, perhaps. I feel like Noel is better than King Groot, even though King Groot is a phenomenal champion for it, of course. And Toad might come in and take the number 1 spot or number 2 spot. He, like, when we see global nodes for map 8, that could change things as well. So even, let's just say Toad, let's say maybe he isn't even the king of it. Maybe when the global nodes come out, maybe he would be then. But I think he would be good for it, yeah. Definitely. He'd work well on that path. All right, hold on. Let me see. So paralytic secretion. Oh, it's a chance for the poison. What happens when poisoned? No. Hold on. How do you gain the prowess again, man? That's the one thing that I'm kind of not seeing here. Oh, it is the wait. Okay, it is this one. Gain indefinite passive prowess, increasing special by 70% when 70. Okay, so it's when it's activated though. So you can't just gain like more and more charges. Okay, okay. Or am I missing something else? All right, well, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't really matter all that much. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Ronan, thank you again for the 5, dude. All right, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the testing. No real sense of or need to drag this out, I would say. And I'm actually not even gonna pop open a crystal. I just want to end it on this beautiful guy's face right here. So, if you guys are watching this after the fact, or maybe I just missed your comment, because that's certainly possible, feel free to put a comment on the, you know, the actual video afterwards, and it'll be a little bit easier to stand out if there was something I maybe missed about this guy. And, yeah, other people can see that stuff too. Because again, this was just a first look at the champ, just a first testing. All right, I'm gonna head on out of here. Before I go though, shout out to Young Yost, dude. We've got a new big D. Young Yost, thank you very much. I know you said you had it out already, but thank you very much. Thank you to everyone else as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the testing stream. Be back to the arena grind tomorrow. Back to the usual. Bushido Brown sending over a last-minute pound. Sorry, and thank you, dude. Saying, did you hear about the research in Russia on training bees for espionage? This can't be real, right? This must be a setup for a terrible joke. Let me see. CIA tried to study them, but got nothing. Those were some KGBs. Oh my god, dude. That's what I thought. Alright. I'm sure you know what to do. And if you don't, well, I'll tell you what to do. Take a frickin' lap, dude. Boo! Alright. I'll see you guys tomorrow, though. Good night, everybody.